to National Taxation Awards 2022. After a very successful day one where we had the TIOL Tax Congress, by the way, how many of you were there yesterday at the Congress? Quite a few. So you know when I say what I mean, that it was a day which was so engaging, enriching and full of learnings. And we carry forward the learnings of yesterday into today. But yesterday, while we celebrated knowledge, today we are all here to celebrate, acknowledge and recognize model taxpayers. And through National Taxation Awards, it is our endeavor that hopefully we can motivate and encourage others to also do the same. So without further ado, let's get started. And let's feel the energy and your presence in the room first. Can we have a big round of applause to start the morning, please? We are extremely honored to have with us this morning some very distinguished personalities. I would like to request them to please join us on stage, starting with Shri Dushyant Singh Chautala, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, Government of Haryana. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us this morning despite your busy schedule. We're also honored to have amongst us Shri Sushil Modi, Honorable Member of Rajya Sabha and former Deputy CM of Bihar. Thank you so much, Modi ji, for being here. We would also like to call upon our jury members for the National Taxation Awards to join the dignitaries on stage, starting with Ms. Praveen Mahajan, former Chairperson, CBEC, Ministry of Finance. I request Mr. Ajit Kumar, IFS, former Ambassador to India's Permanent Mission to UN, to please join the dignitaries on stage. Is Mr. Ajit here? We were awaiting his arrival. As soon as he's here, we'll have him on stage. Moving on, we would like to invite another member of our honorable jury, Shri Anup, Vikal, who is, of course, a well-known former editor of Business Standard and at present the editorial director, someone who really sets standards for business reporting as Chief of Bureau at the Economic Times. Can we have Mr. Vikal on stage, please? Thank you so much, sir, for joining us this morning. And now moving on, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's give this morning a befitting start with the auspicious lamp lighting ceremony. I request all the dignitaries to join us for the lamp lighting. And I also request Mr. Shailendra Kumar, CEO and founder editor of TIOL, and Mr. R. Sridhar from TIOL Awards Committee to please join them for the lamp lighting. Can we have the lighter for the lamp, please?
Shubham kurutvam kalyanam arogyam dhanasampadah. Shubham kurutvam kalyanam arogyam dhanasampadah. Shatrubuddhi vinashaya dipajyotir namostute. Dipajyotir namostute. Shubham kurutvam kalyanam arogyam dhanasampadah. Dipajyotir
I request all the dignitaries to please take their seats back, while I request Mr. Shailendra to stay back and welcome all our guests for this very special National Taxation Awards morning. Mr. Shailendra Kumar.
Good morning to all. On behalf of TIOL Organizing Committee, I extend a very warm welcome to Honorable Deputy Chief Minister of Haryana, Honorable Member of Rajya Sabha, then of course Honorable Members of the jury who are on the dais, some of them are on way. Some of the very senior officials from Government of India and the state governments, my friends from Corporate India, TIOL team, academia, and some of the members of the honorable jury, of course, not the organizing committee jury, other jury. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very thankful to all of you for joining us this morning in large number. Before I briefly share my thought behind the uniqueness of TIOL Awards, I would first like to remember the former Chief Justice of India, Justice R.C. Lahoti, who not only actively participated in our constructive debate, which preceded the birthing of this award, but he was also the first chairman of the honorable jury. He unfortunately left us for his heavenly abode immediately after addressing our last event in February. I would humbly request all of you to keep 1 minute silence in his memory. Thank you, sir. This wonderful soul we had and a wonderful guide we had who spent so much of time, gave us so much of valuable insight and inputs, how to go about constructing this award and how we could make it transparent, fair, and satisfying for every taxpayers and also policymakers and the states as well. So friends, TIOL Award was conceived by the common taxpayers for the common taxpayers. It was set up with multiple objectives. First, let me list out a few objectives which we have, to what extent we are able to achieve that objective, or it will take a couple of more years to reach the destination which we have carved out for TIOL Awards. We all know that the taxpayers are known for being faceless. So our idea was to creatively and innovatively construct a face for all those taxpayers who may qualify as model taxpayers through a rigorous process of nomination, voting, and scores given by the honorable jury. All the winners of TIOL Awards are obligated to inspire others as model taxpayers. It would also certainly have the domino effect on errant as well as the future taxpayers. Our idea was to fortify the fiscal relations of the taxpayers community with the state. The modern concept of fiscal citizenship can do wonders in terms of higher compliance and by prompting the process of fiscal reform. A culture of legal compliance or higher tax compliance in any society is a shared responsibility for the government as well as the society at large, and that is where we see a catalytic role for the TIOL Awards, and our goal is to assist India in scaling the peak of about 20% tax to GDP ratio in the coming years. TIOL Awards is to foster mutual trust between the tax administration and the taxpayers. We intend to motivate not only taxpayers but also key institutions in India which we have built in the past 2 decades, because they serve the citizens by providing various services which are very relevant in performing the activities of governance. We intend to also promote healthy competition among various states for initiating more and more citizen-centric services and also taxpayer-friendly reforms. Similarly, TIOL Awards is nothing but a feedback channel for the taxpayer-friendly tax commissionerates, which need to be motivated to carry out their duty in a bit more elated spirit if their efforts are appreciated by the taxpayers. To top it all, TIOL Awards is a positive movement coming from the common citizens in the society in service to the exchequer at the center as well as the states. Before I conclude, I ought to thank the common taxpayers who voted for the eligible nominees in hundreds of thousands and the honorable jury for taxing their own brain and the clock for doing arduous spade work for finalizing winners under 10 different categories of awards. I once again thank the dignitaries on the dais for sparing their valuable time and to motivate fiscal warriors who have demonstrated huge trust in the government and the tax administrations, and congratulate the awardees for earning remarkable distinction against very stiff competition. So let us look forward to another grand celebration in October 2023. Thanking you all for your time and lots of cheers. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Shailendra Kumar. That was Mr. Shailendra Kumar, CEO and founder editor of TIOL. Moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to begin with the presentation ceremony for the National Taxation Awards 2022, where we will be presenting gold and silver under all categories. But before we begin, I hope you'll keep your applause going so that we can encourage and motivate these model taxpayers further. Moving on with the first set of category, to present these awards, I would like to invite Shri Dushyant Singh Chautala, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, Government of Haryana, to please come forward so that we can present the first set of awards. So ladies and gentlemen, we're starting with the deemed categories awards, in that the Reformist State category. In this category, the silver goes to Odisha, and we have Mr. P.K. Mohanty, Special Commissioner, I hope here, to receive the award. Many congratulations to Odisha for winning silver in Reformist State category. And the gold in this category goes to Rajasthan, and we have Namrata Vrishni, Joint Secretary Finance Revenue, here to receive the award for Rajasthan. The gold going out in Reformist State category to Rajasthan. We have Ms. Namrata Vrishni here receiving the award. Moving on further, now we're moving to the institutional game changers, and silver in this goes to GSTN, and we have Nirmal Kumar here, who is the EVP Tech, to receive the award. Many congratulations to you, Mr. Kumar. And the gold in institutional game changers goes to FIEO, and we have Mr. Ajay Sahai, DG and CEO, here to receive the award. Gold in institutional game changers. I don't think so we have Mr. Ajay present here, but we'll make sure that this award reaches FIEO. Moving on, we're getting into the category of income tax zonal, in which silver goes to Karnataka zone. I'm afraid we do not have anyone from Karnataka here to receive the award. We'll make sure this reaches them. Further on, going on to the gold, this goes to Rajasthan zone, and we have Mr. Gautam Chaudhary, JTCIT, to receive the award. And now we are moving on to the customs zone, where the silver goes to Ahmedabad. I'm afraid we do not have anyone from Ahmedabad to receive the award. So we'll straight away get into the gold for the customs zone, which goes to Mumbai 1. And we have Mr. Pramod Kumar Agarwal from Mumbai 1 to receive the award. Do we have Mr. Pramod here? I'm afraid we don't have anyone from Mumbai to receive the award, but we'll make sure this reaches them. Moving on further, ladies and gentlemen, to the category of CGST zone. In this, the silver goes to Jaipur, and we have Mr. J.P. Singh, Principal Commissioner, Alwar, taking it on behalf of Rajasthan. And now moving on to the gold in the CGST zone. This goes out to Mumbai, but I'm afraid we do not have anyone to receive this. We'll make sure the gold reaches Mumbai for the category CGST zone. Thank you so much, Honorable Minister, for doing the honors. Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we will be moving towards the category of SGST, State VAT category. To present the awards in this, I would like to request Shri Sushil Modi to please come forward. So starting with the SGST State VAT category, the silver in this goes to Odisha. And I believe we have Mr. P.K. Mohanty, Special Commissioner, here with us to receive the award for Odisha. Many congratulations to you. I request all the recipients to come a bit center stage when they're receiving the award for better photographs. Moving on further, after Odisha, getting on to the gold in the category, this goes out to Rajasthan, and we have Mr. Brijesh Kishore Sharma, Director Budget Finance Department, here to receive the award for Rajasthan. Many congratulations to Rajasthan. Ladies and gentlemen, moving on to the next category, which is corporates above rupees 5,000 crore turnover. And this, the silver goes to Vedanta Limited. And we have Mr. Ajay Agarwal, the Global Taxation Head here. Along with him, we have Akanksha Agarwal and Shifali Agarwal to receive the award. Many congratulations, Vedanta. And the gold in the category of corporates above 5,000 crore turnover goes to Tata Consultancy Services Limited. And we have Mr. Vijay Pandya, Global Direct Tax Head, and Mr. Vinod Mandlik, Global Indirect Tax Head, to receive the award. Many congratulations, TCS. That's Gold going out for corporate above rupees 5,000 crore turnover to Tata Consultancy Services. Moving on, next up is the category for corporates between 500 crores to 5,000 crores turnover. In this, the silver is backed by Aditya Birla Fashion and Retail Limited, and we have Ms. Dolly Roy, Finance and Tax Head here to receive the award. Do we have Ms. Dolly Roy here? I'm afraid not. We'll make sure this reaches Aditya Birla Fashion and Retail. Moving on to the gold in the category of 500 crores to 5,000 crore turnover. This goes to JK Lakshmi Cement Limited, and we have Mr. Manish from the company, General Manager, receiving the award. Many congratulations for winning gold in the category. And now we are moving on to the non-deemed category awards. In this, first, it's the corporate above 5,000 crore turnover. And the silver here goes to Wipro Enterprises Private Limited. And we have Mr. Suresh Parameshwaran, who is the Chief Taxation Officer, and Mr. Nikhil Gupta, Global Indirect Tax Lead, here to collect the award on behalf of Wipro Enterprises Private Limited. And the gold in the category is backed by GAIL India Limited, and we have Shri Pankaj Valia CGM, Shri S. Sampath CGM, Shri R.K. Sahu GM, Shri S.K. Sinha CGM, and Shri Ashish CGM FNA from GAIL India Limited to receive the award. The gold in the non-deemed category for corporates above 5,000 crore turnover. And with this, we would like to thank Shri Sushil Modi for doing the honors. Thank you so much, sir. Next up, I would like to invite Ms. Praveen Mahajan to please come forward to give away the next set of awards, please. The next set of awards is for corporates between 500 to 5,000 crore turnover. In this, the silver goes to Perfetti Van Mille India Private Limited. We have Alessandro Bonelli, Finance Director, and Vaibhav Mangal, Associate Director, Taxation, here to receive the award. The gold in the category goes to Security Printing and Minting Corporation, and we have Mr. Ganesh Yadav, Deputy Manager Finance and Accounts, here to receive the gold. That's Mr. Ganesh Yadav representing Security Printing and Minting Corporation, winner of gold in the corporate between 500 to 5,000 crore turnover category. And now moving on to the MSME category, ladies and gentlemen. In this, the silver is backed by PTPL Tubing and Products Private Limited. I'm afraid we do not have anyone from PTPL Tubing and Products to receive the award, but we'll make sure this reaches them. Moving straight into gold for the category, which is won by Dairy Craft India Private Limited, and we have Director Mr. Harshit Juneja here to receive the award. Many congratulations, Mr. Harshit. And now moving on to the category of facilitators, here we would like to give the silver to CA Vishal Podar. He's here with us in the audience. We request you to please come onto the stage and take your silver award in the facilitators category. Many congratulations, CA Vishal Podar, and thank you so much, Ms. Praveen Mahajan, for doing the honors. Thank you. Next up, I would like to invite Mr. Anup Vikal to please come forward to present the next set of awards, please. We continue with the facilitators, going towards the gold in the category, which is won by CA Bimal Jain. Many congratulations to you. Moving on to the category of tax technology service providers, we're looking at the silver in this category, which is won by Perennial Systems. And we have Mr. Paresh Bafna, CEO, and Mr. Ashish Khandelwal, tax advisor, here to receive the silver on behalf of them. Congratulations once again. And that's the silver winner, Perennial Systems, Mr. Paresh Bhavna, CEO, and Mr. Ashish Khandelwal, tax advisor, receiving it. Many, many congratulations. Just few more awards to go, ladies and gentlemen. Please keep the applause going as we move into the gold of the category Tax Technology Service Providers. This goes out to Figment Global Solutions Private Limited, and we have Mr. Kailash Golesha, Director, and Mr. Himanshu Chordia, Director of the company, to receive the award. And we get into the last category for now, which is the future taxpayer category, startups. Here we have a silver and a gold, and the silver in the category goes to Avalanche Technology Private Limited. I'm afraid we do not have anyone from Avalanche here, but we'll make sure that the silver reaches them. But the gold winner is here, and that is Drogo Drones Private Limited, and we have Mr. Yeshwant Bontu, the director of the company, here to receive the gold. Many congratulations to you. Thank you so much, Mr. Vikal, for doing the honors. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, as we move forward, now we're getting into inviting the winners of the awards to say a few words about their experience and how they feel winning the prestigious award. But before you come onto the dais, I request you to keep it short and crisp so that we can invite as many as possible and don't keep our dignitaries waiting for long. Starting with, I would like to invite onto the stage Mr. Nirmal Kumar, who is the EVP Tech of GSTN, that's a silver winner in Institutional Game Changers category, to please come on the dais and share a few words.
Honorable Deputy Chief Minister and my valued colleagues, I still remember the days when we started GST and we started the first process that is called the migration process in November 2016. And after we launched the GST portal in June 25th, 2017, I remember those days when taxpayers were facing technical issues in various forums. GSTN constantly worked with the taxpayers and also got tremendous support from the honorable ministers and guidance, mentorship to bring this portal to the stage currently we are in. And today, if you look at it, we are able to serve the taxpayers and all the technical issues which were there on the portal has become glitch-free. GSTN constantly endeavors to serve the taxpayers, to provide the services so that the taxpayers can file all their compliances seamlessly. I would like to thank TIOL at this stage for presenting GSTN with this honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nirmal Kumar. Moving forward, we would like to now invite onto the stage the second speaker. That's from Vedanta, the winner of Silver in Corporate above 5,000 crore turnover category, Mr. Ajay Agarwal, the Global Taxation Head.
Good morning, everybody. It's an honor and privilege to get this award from TIOL, particularly when you know that the jury would have evaluated you on all angles and all parameters to really put you into this spot to really come and speak and get this award. While I've been a student of tax for almost 25 years now, and I can tell you that world has changed quite a lot in taxation world. When I started tax, people used to really say that, okay, एक बार form भर देते हैं, tax return file कर देते हैं, काम हो गया. But today, tax has found space in the boardroom. I have not spent a single audit committee or a board meeting where the tax issues are not discussed and debated. So a lot of hard work has been done by the tax department to simplify the tax provisions, coming out with various tax initiatives through technology, through interventions, through bringing taxpayer as part of the decision-making body. Therefore, we have reached a point where there is a collaborative relationship going on between the taxpayer as well as with the tax department. From Vedanta's standpoint, our philosophy has been quite straightforward. That how do you really save, national resource? What do I mean by that? Clearly, if tax department is coming to your office and wanted to discuss our tax strategy, tax policy, tax framework, and they go to say thank you for being fully tax compliant, paying the fair amount of tax, and therefore we don't intend to visit you for the next foreseeable future. That's the standard we want to maintain, and therefore, many of you would have seen, and I would recommend all of you to please go through our tax transparency report. Tax Transparency Report speaks about what policy and framework Vedanta adopts and how we tackle with most of the tax issues which we face on a day-to-day basis. So with these words, thank you so much once again for the award.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ajay Agrawal. Next up, we would like to invite Mr. Vijay Pandya, Global Direct Tax Head, Tata Consultancy Services, winner of gold in the corporate above 5,000 crore turnover category, to please share a few words.
So, good morning, everyone. So, first of all, I would like to take this opportunity to thank TIOL for recognizing TCS through this award. And also, I will take the opportunity to acknowledge the contribution to our entire tax team and finance team. Their dedication and their efforts have resulted in this recognition. As you know, this is the second in row for TCS, and this really reinforces the trust on which the TCS and larger Tata Group is built upon. There has been lots of discussion on ESG, that is environment, social and governance, and focus on that. But in TCS, we have been practicing this since beginning, and that is the core to TCS, and tax, which is one of the important pillar to ESG. If you look at it, we have been contributing to the tax and government effort to the social development and national building through various tax contribution compliance. In TCS, we follow the highest standard as far as the compliance, transparency, and governance is concerned. And as lastly, I have to say that, as you know, in TCS, we believe on building on belief, and this award again reinforces that belief. So thank you once again.
Thank you so much, Mr. Pandya, for those words. Moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to invite now onto stage Chief Taxation Officer of Wipro Enterprises Private Limited, the winner in the corporate above 5,000 crore turnover category, Mr. Suresh Parameshwaran, to please share a few words about receiving the award.
Good afternoon to all the dignitaries on the stage and my dear friends, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great honor to be receiving this award from Tax India Online, and I thank Tax India Online and the jury for having selected Wipro Enterprises for this award. When it comes to tax research, tax analysis, and everything about tax, Tax India Online sort of stands ahead of all the online platforms that we look upon for value-added research and analysis of the topics. This award is actually a dedication to the entire finance team at Wipro Enterprises and the tax team, which sort of holds compliance as its topmost priority. Thank you once again.
Mr. Suresh, congratulations once again. Moving further, we would like to invite Associate Director Taxation of Perfetti Van Mille India Private Limited, Mr. Vaibhav Mangal, to please share a few words with us.
Good afternoon, friends. Good afternoon, dignitaries. So I'm Vaibhav. I'm part of the Perfetti group, and I'll just take 2 minutes. I'm a chartered accountant with 23 years of experience, and I'm part of Perfetti. We are in the confectionery space more than 25 years, and we have brands like Centerfresh, Centerfruit, Alpelive, and others. And we had liked them as kids and now as young adults. And in terms of our company, we believe in corporate citizenship. We help in a lot of activities around our factories and our places where we work. And our main purpose is to work on integrity, and tax payment is part of the integrity. So we pay more than 100 crores of taxation both on the GST side and on the income tax side. And we believe, we pay our fair share of taxes. And I think that is one of the reasons why we've got the award this year. I thank the TIOL team to, be taking us for this particular award. And we believe that, with this, it will give us more vigor to work on the agenda of the government of, tax transparency, tax, having fair share of tax payment, and also, to help the overall purpose of the government for the, let's say, the automation and other things. So thanks a lot, best of luck, and cheers to all the members who are present here. Thank you.
And now we would like to invite onto stage CA Bimal Jain, a winner of gold in facilitators category, to share a few words with us. Congratulations.
Good afternoon, dignitaries on dais, off dais. At the outset, let me thank TIL team for giving this award. These awards motivate and encourage. I'm being awarded as a best facilitator in GST. Yes, GST journey started 2017. And really, we have shared knowledge to make GST good and simple tax. 5 years of journey. And still we want to see growing stronger together. I'm thanking my all voters who have supported and voted for the Best Facilitator Award and Team A to Z. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Bimal Jain, for that. Moving on, let's invite onto the stage the winner of silver in the Tax Technology Service Providers category. We have Mr. Paresh Bafna, the CEO of Perennial Systems here. We request him to please come onto the dais and say a few words.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to thank TIOL for considering us as a Best Tax Technology Award Silver company. I would like to thank my team who's worked hard. The motto and the objective with which we work is to simplify tax. We are into GST space, so we want to ensure GST is really simple for enterprises. We get to market with a lot of automation to enable enterprises simplify GST, and that's how we want to work ahead. Thank you so much. Thanks, everybody.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll return to these speeches by the winners in just a few minutes. I'm told that the Honorable Deputy CM of Haryana has to leave because of some other commitments. So, jury awards, which are actually scheduled for a little later in the day, we are pulling one of them up because the winner in the Reformist State category is Haryana, and we would like to present this award in the presence of the Honorable Minister. Can I request Shri Sushil Modi to please do that, to please do the honors? Can we have the award on the stage? This is the jury award for the Reformist State category going out to the state of Haryana. And we have Mr. Ashok Kumar Meena, Excise and Taxation Commissioner, and Mr. Siddharth, Additional Commissioner, GST, State of Haryana, to receive the award in the presence of the Honorable Minister. So we have with us the Deputy CM of Haryana, Just to mention a few words about him, as a member of Standing Committee on Urban Development 2014 and 16, he was also a member, Consultative Committee, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship 2015 to 2018, and a member Standing Committee on Commerce 2016-2019. Since he has commitments to attend to, we would like to now request Shri Dushyant Singh Chautala, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, Government of Haryana, to please come on the dais and say a few words. Thank you, sir.
A very good afternoon to all. Honorable Member of Rajya Sabha and former Deputy Chief Minister Bihar, Sushil Modi ji, members of the jury, Praveen ji, Anup ji, Chairman TIOL Awards, Shailendra ji, all other members of his team and guest award winners from various states, institutions and corporations. It's been a pleasure seeing how India has changed in the past 2 decades. And I think everyone in this room has seen that transformation, either it be from the old tax regime to the VAT tax regime and from the VAT tax regime to the GST tax regime. How digitalization has helped us grow in a faster pace in terms of how taxation system has transformed. And I think we should applaud the full team which has helped Government of India and all the supporting states to get into this one umbrella of one country, one tax. And I think that team has worked hard throughout this time. We have seen people filing taxes on day-to-day basis. We have seen officers monitoring taxation on minute-to-minute basis, and it's all digitalization. And I think that is going to be the future. And I think corporations, businesses are also helping the government in day-to-day working of how the taxation system has worked. I can just say that it was a shift of ideologies. And I've had a pleasure of having Sushil Modi ji as my convener of the IT GOM when I became the Excise and Taxation Minister in the state and a member of GST. And it was a pleasure working with him in the GOM. The vision he had, and I think that was the transformation from 2019-20 in the COVID tenure that has helped also the GSTN to transform with the full team of, I think, Infosys to get the 2B forms, 3B forms and all those in a faster manner. I think we should give an applaud to Mr. Modi also for that. Because if he wouldn't have had that vision, I think we wouldn't have also supported. It has been a pleasure to see how TIOL has worked along the jury to seek winners from all across the country, all fields of businesses, and I think especially judging how states are working or judging how zones are working, it's very hard. But we as a state also have seen transformation. We moved from Module 1 to Module 2. And that change was not easy because Haryana was the leader to come in with VAT regime in 2003 when no other state was supporting it. And that step we took in 2003, the nation took in 2006-07. And we saw that transformation in the country also happening. And then all respective states coming up with the VAT regime. And then in 2017, when Mr. Jaitley was the Honorable Finance Minister, when he took this step that we need to come under one umbrella, which was followed globally by most developed nations, and I think that has helped. And today, when the GST compensation has been stopped, people feel that states will not cope up. I still remember speaking in the parliament that all producing states will not be as healthy in the GST regime than the consumption-based states. But today I can proudly say Haryana being a producing state with a population of less than 3 crores, today the output we are getting is, except Goa, Delhi and one more state, that is all smaller states, we are the largest per capita per person receivables, and we are getting approximately 26,000 rupees of tax collected in the state of Haryana every year. And I think those are the targets we need to see. We have we've got help from British High Commission also, and we made it an annual program where officers from United Kingdom come in. They train our officers, and I think last year we have had training for more than 200 plus officers being trained by them and learning their tax regime. We have to learn. And I think it's no shame in saying the more we learn from the people who have had a history of experiences, it's faster and better development for us. And I would again like to congratulate everybody in the GST team, either be the states or be the GSTN and the union government, because the proactiveness of each and every member state and the union has shown support in development. And I've been learning in last 3 years how systems have changed, how the day-to-day demand of the common people, smaller businesses, large businesses come to GST Council. We take decisions, and those decisions also help support our taxation environment to become better and faster. I would again like to say digitalization has helped the nation move forward, and we need to help and give support to everybody in the taxation environment. And I think the union and the states are doing it, but from the corporate side, from the sides we've seen CAs coming in, from the sides we have seen taxpayers coming in, and officers, more or less they're the backbone. I think a good collaborations between each and everybody will help India lead in this system of one tax, one nation. And I would like to again thank TIOL and the team of Mr. Shailendra for having this award. And I think next year and next to next year, we see more taxpayers, better taxpayers, and people with large tax-paying capacity also come up on the podium and receive their award. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister, for those words. Moving on, ladies and gentlemen, we resume the winner's speeches. I would now like to invite onto the stage Mr. Kailash Golensha, who's the Director of Figment Global Solutions Private Limited. Honorable Minister, we request you to please stay back for a minute and have a group photograph before you go. Yeah? Can we have all the presenters come forward on the stage, please? And I also request the core committee of TIOL's award core committee to please come on stage. The Honorable Minister, if you could just stay back for a minute, just a small token of thanks from TIOL is coming your way. Thank you so much for making time out of your busy schedule and being here for the National Taxation Awards. Thank you. And now, resuming the proceedings of the day, we would like to invite onto stage Mr. Kailash Kolensha, Director of Figment Global Solutions Private Limited and the winner of Gold in Tax Technology Service Providers, to say a few words.
Respected dignitaries on and off the dais, Team Figment feels really honored to receive this super special gold award under Best Tax Technology Service Provider category from TIOL. On behalf of Team Figment, I would like to thank the jury for the award. Further, I would like to thank entire team of TIOL and Shailendra for not only this historical recognition, but also for the opportunity they have given to meet tax compliance fraternity here during the Tax Congress 2022. Our voters who voted for us and made this possible. Though Himanshu Choradia and myself, Kailash Kolensha, are here to receive this award, but we really missed our fellow directors, Sapan Jain, Harsh Mehadia and Neeraj Kotecha. The reason for us, these three are the reason for us to being here, and their hard work and dedication all this year made this possible. Equally important is the blessing and support of family members of every Figment family, and their hard work, dedication, supporting us to do all these things really helped us to reach this level. I also thank each and every member of Team Figment. Without them, it could not have been possible. Our clients for their continued support, as we derive our main strength from them with the 100% client retention rate throughout these years. Friends, the word Figment means think beyond and making imagination and turning imaginations into reality, and that's what we been doing all these years. And thanks to our these thinking, we have reached to a level whereby we are contributing to 55% of the TDS transactional volume of country at present, and the count is increasing day by day. Right now we are working on one concept. I would like to bring the attention of Modi ji on this, that we are working on the concept of one state, one return, and we are already working very closely with few states on this, and this will be in reality in next coming few months. With this note, I end my speech with the promise that many more awards are here to come. Thank you everyone.
Wish you many more to come. Many congratulations to you. And lastly, I would like to invite onto stage CA Vishal Podar to please share a few words about winning the award at the National Taxation Awards today. Mr. Vishal.
Good afternoon. Namaste to all. First of all, thank you, TIOL. Thank you, Shailendra ji. All of us, tax professionals, taxpayers, and also the tax administrators, I'm sure TIOL has been the backbone in the subject of taxation. I would like to introduce myself in short 2 minutes. I'm a chartered accountant, and 20 साल पहले, 20 years back, इसी November 2002 month में I was giving my CA final exam, जो ultimately I qualified and I became a chartered accountant 20 years back. And I'm a cricketer and a reader by passion, teacher and a mentor by inspiration, and a consultant by profession. This is my short introduction. I started my career more as an academician, a researcher, being inclined towards reading. Then I identified my passion and interest in public speaking and mentoring. And ultimately, I was inclined towards my current professional practice, that is in litigation management. I hail from the city Nashik in Maharashtra, which you all would be knowing for Rama, for Shiva, for Sai Baba, and for Shani Shingnapur. But I would like to just enlighten the august gathering present over here and the elite people sitting on the dais something about Nashik. Nashik is the place where Lord Rama stayed for a major part of his exile at a place called as Panchvati, which is surrounded by 5 trees of what? That is why it is called as Panchvati. Now, interesting to add, Nashik got the name from the Sanskrit word Nashika because Lakshmana cut the nose of Shurpanakha over there. Also, Devi Sita was abducted from Nashik by Ravana, and that is why we have today the Lakshman Rekha in Nashik, which is now a river. Also to inform you, dear members, Nashik is the only place in the world where you have a Shiva temple without a Nandi on the doorstep. Because at that place, where you have the Godavari Triveni Sangam, Nandi Maharaj is the Guru of Lord Shiva, so you cannot keep your Guru on the doorstep. So we do not have Nandi Maharaj in that only temple in the world in Nashik. Also, just to add, there is a parallel story that before abduction, one day prior, since Lord Rama knew everything, he had given Sita Mata to Lord Agni. And Lord Agni gave the cloned Sita to him back. And the cloned Sita was abducted from that particular place, which is today called as Tapon, where you have the Lakshman Rekha. And when Rama conquered Ravana, what we call as Agni Pariksha, the story says that it is not Agni Pariksha, it is actually Lord Rama giving back the cloned Sita to Agni Devta and taking back the original Sita from him. So I invite you all, and it would be my great pleasure to host you in Nashik. If you really have some time, please do visit Nashik, because Nashik is the vegetable garden of India, Nashik is the missile capital of India, and Nashik is also the wine capital of India. So I thought I would just update you with my city Nashik, and it would be my great pleasure to host you, and I would like to take you to these places and inform you the spiritual and the scientific relevance of these places and the stories associated with it. So if anybody is interested, please put me a call. It would be my great pleasure. My life of 41 years, this present life of 41 years, has seen a lot of turbulences and abrupt changes as what we see today in the GST system. However, the 3 biggest lifelines because of which I am standing here in front of today, I would like to just speak a few words about them, because without them, I could not have got this prestigious award. My first lifeline after my early death of my dad is my mother, who shouldered all the responsibilities and made us capable that I could stand and speak in front of you. So I owe a lot to my mother. She is my foundation stone of my life. Then it is my sister, because of whom I joined this course. I did my CA. She is the inspiration, and most importantly, my Jijaji, who has always been the support system throughout till date. The most important part, my wife, Deepa, who is here. And I tell you, when I married, I was nothing financially or professionally or in any front, but only because of her support, because of her sacrifices, and because of her love, I have been able to successfully complete more than 90 years of profession and stand in front of you to get such a prestigious award from such a prestigious organization. Last, in my past 20 years of profession, I have learnt a lot, I have given back a lot, and I owe all this to my teachers and my mentors. To mention few, CA Girish Ahuja ji is my Dronacharya for taxation. Then it is A.R. Krishnan sir in indirect taxes. Also, I owe a lot to my present associates and partners. One of them is present over here, CA Archana Jain madam from Delhi, Venu Gopal sir from South. My inspiration today, CA Dr. Advocate Avinash Podarji from Surat. They all have been a big support. And most important, I would like to also mention those two persons because of whom I am in GST and today doing well in my litigation practice. That is my senior partner, SS Mutha sir from Nashik, and one of my students, CA CMA Pratik Shah, who is today director in PwC taxation in Pune. Because of these two people, I could reach here. I thank from the bottom of my heart to Shailendra ji for shouldering such a big organization, running such a big knowledge portal, and I thank all of the present people here who are behind this award, the jury and all the committee members, and a big round of applause for all the awardees. Thank you, namaste.
Thank you, Mr. Vishal. Not that there are many speeches left, but we would like to request all the speakers to keep them very crisp so that we don't run behind schedule. Moving on, I would like to now invite onto stage Shri S. Sampath, CGM FNA from GAIL India Limited, to please share a few words about winning the award and representing GAIL India here.
Good afternoon to all, respected members and their dignities, and my friends, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, on behalf of our company, we are thankful to TIOL for selecting our company under the gold category for the tax compliance. I wish to state 2 or 3 things. It's not a tax compliance. What has happened because of the change introduced by the government, that we are able to have more compliance in a comfortable manner through digital process. Now you can see in the income tax portal, now you can see instead of we are filling the data, we are getting all the information as far as the personal taxation is concerned. There is no need for we have to comply our data and compile and prepare the return. We have to check the data and click the button for filing the return. This kind of comforts which is given by our government under the leadership of the present Prime Minister, which is made our lot of compliances. Especially as regarding our company, we have last 2-3 years, we introduced a lot of changes. First is so much of TAN numbers, we made it as a centralized TDS. Now for last 2-3 years, we made one PAN number, one TDS return for entire country throughout India, though we have 40 branches in our in the country. Second is now we made GST also compliance through our centralized process. And I can say again, our company under the Vivasa Vishwas scheme, we are the first PSU. I can say very honorably and say we are the first PSUs to settle 21 years assessment under the Vivasa Vishwas scheme with the cooperation of the Income Tax Commissionerate. We are able to settle within 1 year, and 21 years settlement is now closed, and we have only current, there is no dispute at all, and the current assessment is also going through the e-process and without faceless assessment, and it is also moving very smoothly, and we maintain the boundary management also very comfortably. And normally in a psychology, what is happening whenever we receive any notice from the department, we think it that it is a big notice, there is a problem. But what is happening, we in our company, we take it as a spirit, we submitted all our submission, and they were very responsible, very respective, and they have given in a correct way whatever we have given the submission, and we are able to resolve our all litigation with the department very smoothly. And once again, I am thank you very full to TOI for giving us opportunity for speaking here for the gold. And once again, I am thankful for selecting our company for compliances. Last but one, we are again taking with the department one more initiative which we are trying, because now what is happening, so much of TDS return we have to file under a TDS deduction. We are thinking, we have given a representation to our government also for the current budget also. So instead of making so much of TDS, is it possible for large taxpayers to give, instead of remitting on all this, so we will monthly we will remit the TDS, so that the compliance of so much of entry line item in the TDS may save our large taxpayers. Now we are hopeful that other companies also let us try to give a representation so that we will save a lot of time for number of entries. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Shri Sampath, and congratulations once again. Moving ahead, ladies and gentlemen, the gold winner in the Institutional Game Changer category, FIEO, is here with us. So we would like to formally present the award to them. I request Shri Sushil Modi to please come forward and do the honors. Can we have the gold award for the Institutional Game Changers category here? The winner is FIEO, and we have Mr. Ajay Sahai, DG and CEO here to receive the award on behalf of the company. Many congratulations, Mr. Ajay. Would you like to say a few words?
Dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, ladies and gentlemen, let me first thank all those who voted for FIEO for this prestigious award. This is a reflection on our services and, more importantly, the rising expectation from exporters from us. This is an added responsibility, but on behalf of my team, I would like to assure everyone that we will be leaving no stone unturned to help the export sector to reach the milestone of $2 trillion by 2030, $1 trillion each in goods and services, and FIEO will be playing a proactive facilitation role in reaching this milestone. Let me also thank Tax India Online for giving me this honor. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ajay Sahai. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we come to, of course, this cannot be done without mentioning what hard work it's been on the part of our jury. But before we get on to that, can we have a huge round of applause for all the winners in the room, please? Now, arriving at these winners takes a lot of work on the part of our jury, a lot of their time and a lot of their effort. And we have jury members here on the dais with us. Before I invite them on stage to talk about their experience, can we please applaud all the work that the jury has put in for these awards? And now to talk about the jury experience of these awards, I would like to invite onto the dais Mr. Anup, who is the CEO of Maple Highways, a seasoned businessman with more than 28 years of experience across strategy, operations, turnaround, fundraising across sectors. I would like to invite him onto the dais and learn from him how was it going through the jury process of National Taxation Awards and how difficult was it looking at the merit of so many nominations. Mr. Vikal.
Good afternoon. And firstly, welcome to Sushil Modi ji. It's been a privilege having you on the dais. I'm indeed very, very privileged to speak a few words on behalf of the jury on how the process was conducted and how we came to the conclusion on who the winners are. But before that, I'd like to congratulate every winner who's won this award. And it's a few who have managed to win this award amongst the many. And it is truly a celebration of an achievement which is often ignored as a rule. From TIOL, National Taxation Award, the process has been extremely intensive. The jury has been focused on making the process extremely objective and ensuring that there is transparency in the whole process. So when we found that for some categories there were not enough nominees, then the jury's been clear that we'll not have that category at all. So as an example, the whole category of journalism, reporting, that category was taken away for this year. But instead of it, we found that
a future category for the future taxpayer was for the startups, which we wanted to encourage, was a category which was brought in. As you're all aware by now, there are two basic categories or two basic segments. One is the deemed tax segment, and one is the norm-deemed nominated segment. And both those follow a very, very stringent and rigorous process. For the deemed process, the jury approves the public service-based criteria for nominating certain classes of taxpayers of reformer states or other such tax commissionerates. These are then voted on a certain points and questions. The answers to each of these questions are ticked off by the people voting for it. And these people voting for it are normal taxpayer. So in that sense, they are all panned. You need to have a PAN card in order to vote for these categories. Each of the answers has a different weightage, and those weightage are hard-coded at the back, and that kind of throws up a score for who's the winner. And that contributes 80% of the marks, and the 20% are then awarded by the jury. And that's how this whole category of deemed winners is kind of come out. The non-deemed nominated categories are where we allow the members to vote, which are essentially people who want to participate in this category. They nominate themselves, and then there's a voting done. And again, it's from a large taxpayer base that the voting happens. Based on the scores of how the voting has happened, the winners come out. It is important to note that we always ensure that whether it's the jury, whether it's the sponsors, whether it's the organizers, or anyone else, they are not allowed to either nominate or they're not allowed to influence the jury process in any way at all. I'd like to thank the esteemed jury members, my fellow colleagues, who worked very diligently, very hard, through a very, very rigorous process. There's been lots of discussions and lots of conversations before we were able to agree to the final names of the winners. Clearly, it's a very difficult process and sets the benchmark for future, for many more people to aspire, get motivated with the reward and recognition that this entails, and therefore promote the objectives that Shailendra ji laid out of ensuring that taxpayers are recognized and therefore the total amount of tax that is collected eventually increases and compliance gets better and better in the country. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Anup Vikal, for sharing your experience with us. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to invite onto the dais Shri Sushil Modi, Honorable Member of Rajya Sabha and former Deputy CM of Bihar. And I also must add to that, someone who's always encouraged TIOL's initiatives. Thank you so much, sir. Your presence here means a lot.
Jury member Sri Anup Vikal ji, Srimati Praveen Mahajan ji, and Trustee of TIOL Sri Shailendra Kumar ji, and friends present here in this program. Friends, I must thank Mr. Shailendra Kumar for organizing such type of program of tax experts, tax administrators, and other people connected with the taxation. Last year also I had attended this that 2 days conference, and I think that TIOL is the only organization in this country which has the capacity to organize such huge, massive functions, and people from all over the country, they are being awarded, they are being invited for such programs. So once again, I thank Mr. Shailendra Kumar for organizing such program. Friends, I am fortunate enough that when VAT was implemented in this country, I became Finance Minister and Deputy Chief Minister of Bihar in the year 2005. So I've seen very closely the implementation of VAT. And when GST was being planned or being implemented, I was very closely associated with GST also. I'm not a tax expert. I don't know even ABC about taxation. I'm a political activist. But still, I tried my best to understand the issues by which the taxpayers are being confronted. The common man is being confronted. So I would only discuss one issue, that is regarding a rate of GST. It was only yesterday, see Mr. Vivek Debaroy. I only read in today's newspapers that he was here yesterday, and he has discussed about single rate of GST. And last week I read an article by Mr. Vijay Kelkar in Business Standard. And he also wrote an article that there should be single rate of GST in India. Friends, in the next 10 minutes, I would try to put forward my point. Is it possible for a single rate of GST in India? क्या ये संभव है? क्या ये उचित होगा? Because see, there are more than 160 countries in the world which are having 40 different models of GST. And the European Union, which is having more than 27 countries. So if the European Union, they can't have a single tax rates, then is it possible for a country like India to have a single tax rate, GST rate? In a European Union, the standard VAT rate, they call it VAT. The standard VAT rate varies from 17% to 27%. And France has 7 rates: 20%, 5.5%, 10%, 8.5%, 2.1, 1.05, 0%. Ireland has 3 tax slabs: Poland 3, Italy 5, UK 2. So not a single country in the entire European Union was having a single tax rate. Mostly in the European Union, there are 3 tax slabs. Few countries have two slabs. And there are 9 countries in the European Union which are having 4 slabs: Cyprus, Czechoslovakia, Finland, Greece, Luxembourg, Malta, Poland, Sweden, Monaco. और 4 देश ऐसे हैं which are having more than 4 slabs: France 7, Ireland 5, Italy 5. मैंने केवल इस बात का जिक्र इसलिए किया, and just I was talking to some people in the morning also, that we may not be a tax expert. I'm not an economist. But one should be pragmatic. One should try to understand the diversity of this country. Only becoming a tax expert or an economist, if you are not pragmatic, you will not be successful in implementing the policies of the government. और हम सबों को मालूम है कि इंडिया के अंदर there are 3 standard rates. One demerit rate, 28%. I will not go into the details, but as on today, there are more than 10 different tax rates of GST in India. But the 3 tax slabs, 5%, 12%, 18%, these are the most important 3 tax slabs of GST. But I would like to, मैं आपको याद कराना चाहूँगा कि प्री GST में कितने tax rates थे. You will be surprised to know that there were 20 different tax rates in sales tax during pre-GST regime. यानी VAT के पहले भी different 20 slabs थे जो है. और आपको ये भी मालूम है कि जो revenue neutral rate था जब GST launch हो रहा था, तो revenue neutral rate was 15.5%. But as on today, the average rate at present is only 11.5%. Or there is another misnomer, mostly not among the tax experts, but among the people, that after GST, the tax rates has increased because the excise part was not visible earlier to the consumer. So if somebody is going to purchase a TV or going to purchase a washing machine, he only see the VAT rate, he used to see the VAT rate, but the excise part was not visible. So if you add the excise, if you add the VAT, if you add the different tax structures, so I think that there is not a single commodity in the GST regime in which the GST rates are higher than what it was early in the pre-GST regime. And I would like to mention some of the items like hair oil, toothpaste, soap, paints. Paint was 31.3%, but hair oil, toothpaste, soap, these were 29.3% pre-GST regime. And what is the tax rate as on today? It is only 18%. So hair oil per 18 hai, toothpaste per 18 hai, soap per 18 hai, which are 29.3% in the pre-GST regime. Paints per, घर में जो paint करती है 31.3%. Now it is only 18%. Sugar, earlier 6%, now 5%. Sweets, 7 से 5. Washing machine, TV up to 32 inches, 31.3%, and now it is only 18%. LED lamps 15% earlier, now 12%. इसलिए जब GST को हम लोग इम्प्लीमेंट कर रहे थे तो एक बहुत बड़ा इशू था कि जो टैक्स पेयर है, जो कंज्यूमर है, वो कहेगा 30% टैक्स रेट है, 28% टैक्स रेट है, तो इसका क्यों उपाय है क्या? Can we hide this excise duty which was not visible earlier? But there was no way out. So the tax expert should also enlighten the consumers कि एक भी आइटम पर पोस्ट GST, एक भी आइटम पर टैक्स रेट प्री GST के पहले का जो रेट था वैसा एक भी रेट पर नहीं है. Earlier, Vivek Devraj was also telling that there should not be any exemptions and single rate. मैं अभी केवल एक एग्जांपल देना चाहूँगा कि पिछले दिनों in the month of July, the GST Council took a decision that the GST on pre-packed, labeled not branded जो items हैं that were exempted earlier, उस पर 5% टैक्स रेट लगाया जाएगा. और आपको मालूम है कर्ड, लस्सी, बटर मिल्क, व्हीट, पल्सेस, फ्लोर were exempted from GST net earlier, लेकिन अब उस पर 5% टैक्स रेट लगाया गया. So those items which are exempted earlier, and the decision was not taken by the union government, but there was a perception in the media that Narendra Modi government has levied 5% GST on all these items which are exempted earlier. और सही बात क्या है? जो group of ministers बना, in that GOM, even non-BJP ruled states were there in that GOM, and they unanimously decided to levy 5% GST on these pre-packaged not branded items. GOM ने डिसीजन लिया, ऑफिसर्स की कमिटी ने डिसीजन लिया, और GST काउंसिल ने यूनिनिमस डिसीजन लिया. There was not a single point, note of dissent. Nobody objected to this 5% GST. लेकिन किस तरह का विरोध हुआ? The parliament could not function for more than 7 days. The opposition was raising this issue, and जबकि सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट empowered नहीं है, any decision can be taken only by the GST council, but everybody was blaming union government that they have levied this 5% GST. तो मैं केवल इसलिए इस बात का जिक्र कर रहा हूँ कि इंडिया जैसे कंट्री के अंदर जब इन फूड आइटम्स पर जो एग्जेम्प्टेड थे 5% लगाया गया तो कितना हंगामा हुआ, कितना विरोध हुआ. जबकि आप बैठे लोगों को मैं याद कराना चाहूँगा कि in many of the states these food grains were not exempted in the pre-GST regime. In many of the southern states, western states, even there was a VAT on food grains, but nobody remembered all those old things. मैंने इस एग्जाम्पल को केवल इसलिए कोट किया कि इंडिया जैसे कंट्री के अंदर ये संभव नहीं है कि आप ओवरनाइट अचानक आप इस प्रकार का कोई निर्णय कर दें। और इसलिए अरुण जेटली जी कहा करते थे कि हवाई चप्पल पर वही टैक्स रेट हो और वॉशिंग मशीन और कार और टीवी पर वही टैक्स रेट हो, ये संभव नहीं है, ये उचित भी नहीं होगा। तो इसलिए जिन लोगों को ये लगता है कि 12% टैक्स रेट हो जाए, ठीक है, कॉम्प्लायंस में सुविधा होगी, लिटिगेशंस कम होंगे, लेकिन आम आदमी का क्या रिएक्शन होगा। और मैं दो बात और बता दूं, I traveled 8 countries just to study the GST in those countries. I was the chairman of Empowered Committee of State Finance Ministers, and we took a big delegation of finance ministers and tax officials to 8 countries, including UK, France, Luxembourg, and other countries, to study the VAT or GST in those countries. तो इसलिए मैंने कहा कि हम लोगों ने पूरा अध्ययन करने के बाद ये पाया कि ये भारत के अंदर संभव नहीं है। लेकिन ये ठीक है कि आज जो 3 रेट स्ट्रक्चर हैं, 5, 12 और 18, इस 3 को रिड्यूस करके 2 स्लैब बन सकता है। लेकिन अगर आप 5, 12, 18 के बीच में कोई स्लैब लाते हैं, सपोज इट इज 15%, then those items which are in 5%, that will have to be removed into 15%, and those items which are in 18%, they will have to be removed in 15%, they will be reduced. So it is not an easy task. और खास करके यूक्रेन वार के बाद और इन्फ्लेशन रेट जब पूरी दुनिया में इतना ज़्यादा है और इंडिया में भी 7% के पास इन्फ्लेशन रेट है, तो जीएसटी काउंसिल चाह कर भी और जीएसटी रेट को रेशनलाइज करना, एग्जेम्पशंस को कम करना या 2 रेट स्ट्रक्चर पर लाना, तो मुझे तो नहीं लगता है कि अगले कम से कम 2 साल तक ये टैक्स रेशनलाइजेशन का काम जो है और संभव हो पाएगा। तो इसलिए मित्रों, मैंने कहा कि मैं कोई टैक्स एक्सपर्ट नहीं, न तो मैंने कॉमर्स की पढ़ाई की, न मैं कॉमर्स का ABCD जानता हूँ, लेकिन वैट के अंदर और जीएसटी में काम करते करते जो कॉमन सेंस है, एंड वी हैव, जनता की नब्ज पर हम लोग की हाथ है। हम टैक्स एक्सपर्ट नहीं होंगे, आप जितने अच्छी से इनपुट टैक्स क्रेडिट से के सारी चीज़ों को और एक्सप्लेन कर पाएंगे, शायद हम लोग नहीं कर पाएंगे, लेकिन जनता की नब्ज पर, टैक्स पेयर्स की नब्ज पर, स्मॉल टैक्स पेयर्स की नब्ज पर जितना हाथ हम लोगों का है, उतना शायद बाकी लोगों का भी नहीं हो। इसलिए मित्रों, बहुत सारा विषय है, मैं 1 आध घंटा बोल सकता हूँ केवल डिफरेंट इश्यूज़ पर। शैलेंद्र जी यहाँ पर बैठे हैं और मैं शैलेंद्र जी को धन्यवाद देना चाहूँगा कि पिछले बार भी आपने मुझे मौका दिया और आज भी मौका दिया। अंत में एक बात और बोलकर अपनी बात खत्म करूँगा कि एक बार जब पेट्रोल डीजल पर टैक्स बढ़ता है, तब एक जनरल डिमांड उठती है कि पेट्रोल एंड डीजल शुड ऑल्सो बी इंक्लूड इन द जीएसटी। बिना ये समझे हुए कि, बिना इस बात को जाने हुए कि जीएसटी में डालने का क्या इम्प्लीकेशन होगा, मैं केवल एक बात बता दूं आपको, जीएसटी का हाईएस्ट रेट है 28%, तो अगर पेट्रोल डीजल को जीएसटी में डाल दिया गया तो द स्टेट्स विल गेट 14% and the union government will get 14%. So the total tax will be 18%. And how much revenue loss will be there for the union government and the state governments? तो मैं इतना बता दूं कि अगर पेट्रोल डीजल को जीएसटी में शामिल कर दिया गया तो there is a tentative loss of 3 lakh crore on account of petrol and 1,10,000 crore on account of diesel. यानी पेट्रोल और डीजल दोनों को अगर जोड़ ले तो 4,10,000 crore का रेवेन्यू लॉस विल बी इनकर्ड बाय द यूनियन गवर्नमेंट एंड द स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स। तो क्या किसी यूनियन गवर्नमेंट के लिए संभव है क्या स्टेट्स के लिए संभव है? अगर हम इतना बड़ा लॉस अगर इनकर करेंगे तो विकास का काम कहाँ से होगा, डेवलपमेंट का काम कहाँ से होगा? मैं इसके बारे में डिटेल नहीं जाऊंगा, मैंने एक बात का केवल जिक्र कर दिया। और एक और बता दें आपको, दुनिया के अधिकांश देशों में ये जो सिन गुड्स है पेट्रोल डीजल, उस पर डुअल टैक्स स्ट्रक्चर है। जीएसटी के साथ साथ नॉन वेटेबल टैक्स इट इज ऑल्सो देयर, दैट इज नॉट वेटेबल. So I will not go into the details, but I would say that it is not possible to bring GST, bring petrol and diesel and other petroleum products in GST, although already petroleum products are under GST. Only the GST Council is take a decision on which date, from which date the GST can be levied on these petroleum products. So you don't require another constitution amendment. It is already a part of GST. लेकिन मुझे नहीं लगता कि अगले 5 साल, 7 साल, 10 साल तक पेट्रोलियम प्रोडक्ट्स को जीएसटी में लाना संभव होगा। और मित्रों, इसलिए मैं अंत में कुल मिलाकर मैं इतना ही कहूँगा, क्योंकि मैंने इस पूरी जर्नी को नज़दीक से देखा है और यहाँ बैठे लोगों ने भी देखा है कि प्री जीएसटी और पोस्ट जीएसटी कितना बड़ा रिवोल्यूशन हुआ दिस कंट्री के अंदर। और इसका मैं श्रेय देना चाहूँगा श्री नरेंद्र मोदी और श्री अरुण जेटली को। अगर ये अरुण जेटली नहीं होते, द बिगेस्ट कंसेंसस बिल्डर, इसलिए एक ही टेबल पर सीपीएम, कांग्रेस, तृणमूल कांग्रेस, बीजेपी, सारे पार्टियों को एक प्लेटफॉर्म पर लाकर सारे लॉ, सारे स्टैट्यूट्स, सारे डेलीगेटेड लेजिस्लेशन, सारा एक तरह का बनाना ये कोई आसान काम नहीं था। इसलिए मित्रों, आगे आने वाले दिनों में मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि और भी जो कुछ कमियां हैं, त्रुटियां हैं, उसका धीरे धीरे उसमें बदलाव आएगा, परिवर्तन आएगा। उसमें आपका भी सहयोग अपेक्षित रहेगा। तीन शब्दों के साथ मैं फिर से एक बार यहाँ पर आए हुए तमाम टैक्स एक्सपर्ट्स, टैक्स एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर्स, अलग अलग कंपनियों के लोग जिनको अवार्ड मिला और अन्य लोग, उनको अपनी ओर से धन्यवाद और बधाई देता हुआ अपनी बात समाप्त करता हूँ। धन्यवाद।
Thank you so much, Shri Sushil Modi, for diving into your rich experience and sharing such deep insights with us, and also for always supporting TIOL. Thank you so much, sir. Moving on, ladies and gentlemen, we are very glad to inform you that one of our recipients of awards who couldn't be here because of some very urgent official commitments is finally here. So we would like to physically quickly present this award, which is for Aditya Birla Fashion and Retail Limited. This is for the category 500 crores to 5,000 crores turnover, and it's a silver in the category. I would like to request Ms. Praveen Mahajan to please present the award. We have Ms. Dolly Roy here, Finance and Tax Head from the company, to receive the award for Aditya Birla Fashion and Retail Limited. Many congratulations, Ms. Dolly. Many congratulations, Aditya Birla Fashion and Retail Limited, winner of silver in 500 crores to 5,000 crores turnover category. Thank you to our jury members for all the work they put in for the awards, and of course to Shri Sushil Modi for gracing the dais this morning. We would like to move forward into the day by extending a vote of thanks from TIOL's team. But first up, a small token of thanks from the team here. Can I have the team members please on stage? Thank you to all our esteemed guests here. And now it's time for me to invite onto the dais Mr. R. Sridhar, TIOL Awards Committee Coordinator, to please present the vote of thanks.
A very auspicious morning, at least to the award winners who are sitting here. To receive an award from the architect of GST, Mr. Modi ji, must be the biggest moment of your lives. I think that deserves a great applause from the rest of them. And normally the vote of thanks, we just go through the formalities. Honorable Dushyant Singh ji, who are not able to stay here because of official commitments, Deputy CM Government of Haryana. Sushil Modi ji, our warmest thanks for having graced the occasion and presented the awards to all the winners. Honorable Madam Praveen Mahajan ji, Honorable Shri Anup, Vikal ji, all the winners of the awards across categories, whether they are deemed or non-deemed, all the officers of both the central revenue and the state revenue who have represented their respective departments across states and the center to receive the award. It's a great honor to be participating, and thank you so much for coming and receiving the awards. Normally, just in the vote of thanks, just wanted to recollect, when you toss a coin, you always look at the side that you win. Today, when you heard Modi ji on the issue of petrol and diesel taxes, you just realize that in life you cannot always look at the side that you have asked for. You should also look at the other side. So it is a great learning on why petrol and diesel cannot come in, despite the fact that there's no mandate problem with regard to the constitutional amendment. You heard such a wonderful cross proposition that came from Modi ji, which was so enlightening. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sridhar. And now it's time. We have all the winners of the awards on stage for a photograph with our jury members and Shri Sushil Modi. And I also request Mr. Sridhar and Mr. Shailendra from TIOL to please join for this group photograph. Can we have all our guests in the front of the stage, please? All the award recipients on the stage. Can we cheer for all the winners one last time? Thank you so much. Thank you. Congratulations once again. And thank you to both our jury members and Shri Sushil Modi for gracing the dais. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we are breaking now for lunch. And after that, we all reassemble for the jury awards under the National Taxation Awards 2022.